Deserted locales hold a mesmerizing allure, offering a tangible connection to bygone eras. Certain spots appear frozen in time, as though life itself has vanished from their midst. 10. Tkvarcheli, Georgia. This Soviet-era ghost town technically resides within the Autonomous Republic of Abkhazia, recognized by only 5 other nations. To most, it's merely the remnants of a Georgian town that once fueled the Soviet industrial engine. Established in the 1940s to supply coal to the Soviets, the town was designed for longevity. However, during the early 1990s War of Independence, Georgian forces overtook Tkvarcheli. It remained under Georgian control for over a year until Abkhaz forces, aided by the Russians, recaptured it. Sadly, by then, the decline of the Soviet era had taken its toll. The town's population steadily shrank until it was ultimately abandoned. Today, it stands as an eerie testament to life during the peak of the Soviet Union. 9. Hashima Island, Japan. At a glance, it's evident why this island earned the moniker Battleship Island. Approaching it by water reveals a concrete behemoth resembling a massive battleship, courtesy of its towering seawalls. Yet, the island's history paints a far less picturesque picture than its panoramic vistas. Hashima served as a coal mining hub from 1887 to 1974, playing a pivotal role in Japan's industrialization. With mining being physically demanding, the demand for laborers was relentless. By 1959, the island hosted 5,259 miners cramped into a mere 16 acres of land. Rapidly becoming one of the most densely populated places globally, living conditions swiftly deteriorated to prison-like standards. However, by the 1960s, petroleum began superseding coal, leading to the closure of numerous mines across Japan, including Hashima in 1974. Within weeks, one of Earth's most densely populated locales stood abandoned, leaving the island to decay amidst the elements. 8. Kitsault, Canada. Nestled in British Columbia, Canada, Kitsault once boasted over 100 homes, 200 apartments, a hospital, a shopping mall, a movie theater, a sports center, and even a bank. What more could one desire this far north? The only absentees? The residents themselves. Established in 1979 around the steel production industry following the discovery of a nearby molybdenum source, Kitsault flourished initially. However, its destiny was sealed when the molybdenum market crashed, leading to the closure of the mine. By 1983, Kitsault had transformed into a ghost town almost overnight. Yet, a glimmer of hope emerged in 2004 when an entrepreneur acquired the town for $5 million. His vision? To revitalize Kitsault from its dormant state. Whether this endeavor will succeed remains to be seen, as time alone will unveil its fate. 7. The Parisian Time Capsule Apartment. Time capsules never fail to captivate, offering a direct portal to the past. While many are intentionally crafted, stumbling upon accidental ones, like this remarkable apartment in Paris, adds an element of excitement. In the 1940s, the apartment belonged to Mrs. de Florian, who fled south just before the outbreak of World War II. Locked and untouched, the apartment remained frozen in time for 70 years. After de Florian's passing, her heirs finally opened the apartment to take stock. Beneath layers of cobwebs and dust, everything lay exactly as de Florian had left it, including a breathtaking painting of a woman adorned in pink. Among the treasures, the inventory team discovered a bundle of old love letters elegantly tied with a ribbon. While most love letters hold significance only to their sender and recipient, these were extraordinary. They were confirmed to be written by Giovanni Boldini, a prominent painter of the Belle Époque era. Boldini was the artist behind the painting, which depicted de Florian's grandmother, a renowned French actress and courtesan. The painting later fetched an astounding €2.1 million, $2.85 million at auction. 6. The Buzludzha Monument, Bulgaria. Though initially resembling a colossal concrete saucer atop a mountain, Buzludzha is, in fact, a monument venerating communism. Its origins trace back to 1891, when Bulgaria's socialist faction convened on this precise site to deliberate the nation's future. Construction commenced in 1974, adorning the structure with a plethora of Bulgarian and Soviet emblems, including vibrant mosaic frescoes adorning the walls. Perhaps most striking is the monumental hammer and sickle adorning the dome ceiling. Regrettably, this splendid edifice later succumbed to neglect as Bulgaria's Communist Party disbanded in the wake of the 1989 revolution. Ownership transferred to the government, which simply sealed the main entrance, allowing vandalism and the elements to mar its once beautiful facade. 5. Doel, Belgium. Doel, with a history spanning 700 years, faced an uncertain fate when the Belgian government earmarked it for demolition to facilitate harbor expansion, compelling its residents to relocate. Left abandoned, the town awaited its inevitable demise in eerie silence. However, a handful of steadfast inhabitants, refusing to depart, staged an unconventional protest. They invited street artists from across Europe to use Doel as a canvas, defiantly transforming it into a sprawling open-air art gallery. The outcome was nothing short of spectacular. The aging facades of the town's historic structures adorned with vibrant layers of contemporary graffiti. The juxtaposition between the antiquated buildings and the modern artwork is truly breathtaking. With only 25 residents remaining in this post-apocalyptic artistic enclave, their prospects in Doel appear bleak. As demolition looms on the horizon, they face an unavoidable exodus once the wrecking ball arrives. 4. Coco Palms, Hawaii. Renowned as the backdrop for the iconic film Blue Hawaii, Coco Palms, once a thriving island retreat, now lies far from its former tropical splendor. Opening its doors in 1953, the resort gained momentum with the help of MGM's promotional efforts for Miss Sadie Thompson. However, it was Elvis Presley's arrival to film the blockbuster Blue Hawaii that catapulted Coco Palms into the limelight, attracting couples and A-list celebrities from around the world eager to bask in the island paradise. For decades, Coco Palms seemed invincible until Hurricane Iniki struck in 1992, leaving devastation in its wake. Despite efforts to repair the resort, the overwhelming cost and the bankruptcy of numerous insurance companies plunged the island into a deep recession from which Coco Palms could not recover. Left in disrepair, the property fell prey to vandals and looters, with Elvis's former sanctuary, Cottage 56, becoming a prime target. Despite numerous proposals for redevelopment and restoration, Coco Palms remains a shadow of its former self, a poignant reminder of its once glorious past. 3. Two Guns, Arizona. The tale of Two Guns, formerly known as Canyon Lodge, is a somber one. It began in the 1920s, as Route 66 surged with adventurous travelers. Among them, many paused at Canyon Lodge, a modest trading post operated by Earl and Louise Cundiff. The site's prosperity attracted the attention of entrepreneur Harry Two Guns Miller, who saw immense potential. Persuading the Cundiffs to lease the property to him for a decade, he rebranded the town. Under Miller's stewardship, it blossomed into a bustling tourist hub, complete with a zoo and various attractions. One such attraction was a nearby canyon, the setting of a historic clash between Apaches and Navajos. Within lay the Apache Death Cave, a solemn tomb for 42 Apache warriors. Yet, Miller found the cave's history lacking and, in a controversial move, renamed it Mystery Cave, embellishing it with fake ruins, selling Apache skulls as souvenirs, and even adding a soda stand. However, the town's fortunes soured after a significant robbery, straining relations between Miller and the Cundiffs. Matters escalated to a tragic confrontation, resulting in Miller fatally shooting Earl Cundiff. Despite a trial where Miller was acquitted, misfortune plagued him, including attacks by mountain lions and a Gila monster. In 1929, a devastating fire razed the town. Losing a legal battle to Louise Cundiff for ownership of the land, Miller departed. Route 66 diverted away from Two Guns, relegating it to obscurity, its glory days fading into memory. 2. The Cinema at the End of the World. Nestled within the expanse of the Sinai Desert lies a perplexing cinema, shrouded in mystery with scant information available, leaving us with more queries than solutions. Constructed in the 1990s by a French cinephile named Diane Edel, the enigmatic theater defied logic. Edel somehow navigated the bureaucratic maze to obtain building permits and persuaded Parisian investors to procure seats and projectors from Cairo's old theaters. Designed to accommodate 700 patrons, the theater, unfortunately, never experienced an inaugural screening, leaving its purpose shrouded in uncertainty. This peculiar establishment might have remained undiscovered for years if not for recent media coverage sparked by its vandalism and subsequent dismantlement, likely for salvageable scrap metal. 1. Salton Riviera, California. Emerging like a relic from a dystopian future, the Salton Riviera stands as a testament to both nature's unpredictability and human ambition. Situated around the Salton Sea, California's largest body of water, this site's origin is a fascinating tale of happenstance. Formed inadvertently by a flood cascading from the Colorado River over 2 years at the dawn of the century, the Salton Sea defied expectations by persisting rather than evaporating as many had anticipated. Recognizing its potential, developers swiftly erected a lavish resort, dubbed the Miracle in the Desert. The Salton Sea evolved into California's answer to the French Riviera, drawing tourists nationwide, some even opting to call the once barren desert their permanent home. Yet, this idyllic haven faced a grim fate. Fed solely by agricultural runoff, the lake steadily grew saltier over time. Eventually, millions of lifeless fish surfaced, littering the once pristine shores with their skeletal remains. The overwhelming stench of decay drove tourists away, leaving the Salton Riviera deserted virtually overnight. Today, it stands as a haunting reminder of humanity's fleeting triumphs against nature's unforgiving forces. Thank you for joining me on this journey through 10 fascinating abandoned places. From forgotten towns to eerie remnants of the past, we've explored the stories behind these enigmatic locations. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more captivating content. And remember, there's always more to uncover, so stay curious and keep exploring. Until next time, take care and goodbye.